Hi there guys, how are we all doing? Hope you're all doing well. Today, I've got a guest with me.
Hi.
I've got the wife with me. This is Sabrina. Sabrina, everyone. For those of you that live under a rock, some of you out there won't have watched it yet, but this is a video about Squid Game. And yeah, this is that Netflix series that got rejected for like 10 years and never thought it'd see the light of day, and now it's one of their biggest ever. So yeah, this is going to be 15 things you missed. I'm unsure.
I probably missed about
Oh god,
14.
there's probably so many things we both missed, but this should answer that question for us, to be honest. Yeah, guys, as we're watching this, why don't you let us know in the comments how many of these things you actually knew, or whether or not you missed them. Yeah, me and the wife are going to tally it as we go along, and we'll see if we can.
You're definitely going to beat me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can learn anything new about this series, because by God, it was a confusing series as it went on, but it was good, wasn't it? It's well worth the watch. But I'm going to say this now. I should probably say this. There's going to be a spoiler, so if you haven't watched it,
click off.
If you haven't watched it, click off, because I'm not going to get the blame for that. So yeah, let's.
When I first saw the promotions for Squid Game, I thought it was going to be a lighthearted reality TV contestant show, kind of like Takeshi's Castle or something. But it was anything but, with the gritty battle royale having scenes that will haunt your dreams.
Considering having watched it, did you think it was going to go down that route when you first started watching it?
What, like the first game?
Yeah. Did you think that was what was? Because I genuinely didn't.
Until they started shooting people, I didn't realise it was going to be like that.
I didn't. I was confused as to how the series was going to progress.
I thought it'd just be like, okay, out.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's caught, and then next thing you know, he just got shot, and I was like, oh damn.
I mean, it looked you gripping, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
The whole time, like you're on the edge of the seat, and I'm one of them people that is always on the edge of the seat.
Oh yeah, she's a talker. If you're ever watching a film or something like that, she'd be like, "Go on, Liam Neeson, go on, get him," like that.
Whereas you're just sat there.
Yeah,
and
I'm just
like literally on the edge of my seat, ready about like in Walking Dead. Do you remember when my favourite character?
Yeah, let's not do any more spoilers in this.
But I was on the edge of the seat, rowing him on.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm still not over episode 6. The show, which has been a massive hit on Netflix, is packed full of Easter eggs, foreshadowing, hidden details, and behind-the-scenes trivia. Some of which you may have missed the first time around, so we thought we'd take a look at them here. Let's go. Ooh, now this is a given, but there will be many Squid Game spoilers in this video. So if you don't want to be eliminated from your spoiler-free game, I'd recommend coming back to this video after you finish the show. Now, let's start with the show's...
Right, let's put you in that scenario of that first game, yeah?
Yeah.
You're all playing red light, green light. We all are supposed to know how this game works, yeah?
Yeah.
What's your initial reaction when that fella got shot?
Make sure you don't move.
That would be my reaction. The last thing I would want to do is think, do you know what is going to benefit me here? Running.
No, but I would run. When she says green light, I would run.
Oh, yeah, no, but I mean when it's red light and like you see the person get shot, I understand the.
I would shut my eyes.
I understand the thing is.
I'd be like that.
Yeah,
when
but
she goes green light, no, listen. When she goes green light, and then when she goes red light, I go like that. And then when she goes green light, I'm running. Because I don't know.
If I can't see it, it's not that.
I'm telling you.
But
I'm pretending there's 1,000 spiders like in Harry Potter behind me, and I'm running the fastest I ever am to get over there.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, but because your initial reaction will be, especially if you can't see it, your initial reaction will be to flinch. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the gunshot's happening, so.
But I think by that point you don't care, do you? Like, by that point, you either get shot or you live.
Oh, 100%.
So
yeah.
I don't care about Jimmy over there or Deck over there. I don't care as long as I'm alive.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Now let's start with the show's biggest twist. That Oh Il-nam, aka Player 1, is actually the mastermind behind the games and the one who's running it from behind the scenes. While this was undoubtedly a shocking moment for many of us out there, myself included, there were actually many clues as to his real identity. For starters, the fact that the neighborhood in the marble game looks so much like the one he grew up in as a child, the fact that his number is 1 and that there are no other elderly players in the game, the fact that he has a deep knowledge about the games played, such as Tug of War, and his delight in playing red light, green light.
I did think that. Do you know when you was watching it, I did think, how does he know everything? But I thought, he's old, isn't he? They know everything.
Yeah, it's...
You know what I mean? They know everything. I just thought...
Well, especially back in, like, when, obviously, because he's an older character.
From his culture, but now you actually think about it, you think, oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Because he knew absolutely every single game.
Yeah.
And he had tactics for everything.
Yeah, it's because they're all the games that he used to love to play, isn't it? That was all the ones...
It's just nuts, really. But, do you know, like, I think if he didn't have the brain tumour in it was a brain tumour, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think if they didn't portray him to have a brain tumour, I think we might have unravelled it quicker. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because he had the brain tumour, all you thought was, he's just got a brain tumour and he just talks.
Like,
you know what I mean?
because he had dementia as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or I can't actually remember if the character himself actually had it, or if it was just playing as the player, pretending to have it. Do you know what I mean? I can't remember which it was. Whether he actually had it, but he definitely had it.
I think the way they portrayed him is why we didn't all admittedly go straight away. You just thought, he's the oldest person there. He knows everything. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, but in this we should see things that we probably didn't see
100%
whilst watching it. That gives us the clue.
Everyone at work was telling me. All my friends at work are like, throughout the whole game, they give you
They give you hints
and I'm like, well,
what hint are you on about?
They couldn't tell me because I hadn't watched it all. But
yeah, so we should be able to see, and I can guarantee we'll be irritated at ourselves because they'll be so
then we'll watch it again.
Blatantly obvious.
Then we'll watch it again.
Yeah.
His number is 1 and that there are no other elderly players in the game, the fact that he has a deep knowledge about the games played, such as Tug of War, and his delight in playing red light, green light, despite all the violence happening around him. But there are some even bigger moments of foreshadowing that we missed the first time around. Such as the robotic girl's scanner in red light, green light not picking him up as a player, the fact that his name translated into English is number 1 man, and in the montage where multiple contestants are waiting for the van to re-enter the game, they're all gassed except for Oh Il-nam, who just enters the van of his own volition. Also, in his conversation with Song Gi-hun, What the fuck? Oh Il-nam basically convinces him to rejoin the game and goes through his reasoning for why he wants to keep on playing. We really should have seen it coming.
That's just nuts.
Yeah.
So he gets into another car.
He gets into the van the same as everyone else, but he doesn't.
But how did we not
gassed.
see that?
Well, it obviously doesn't show it, but it shows everyone else getting gassed.
What else did they just say before that?
The doll
Doesn't
with the guns, it didn't pick him up.
Do you know what? Actually, when we was watching that, I did think he moved a couple of times, but I just thought, obviously that moves enough. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think it's
so
like...
you must not have scanned him, so you're going to have to...
I think it's because of the numbers. They act as like a barcode. Do you know what I mean? So it can register you from your number, because it's reading your outline and the number.
Because in every game when someone dies, it's like 4, 5, 6 died.
Well, it won't be 4, 5, 6 because that's him.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh my god!
That's
right,
crazy.
come on. This is interesting now.
It is very interesting, isn't it? Like I was saying though, you're going to be annoyed because they're so plain the obvious.
Yeah.
Like how did
we miss it?
It was still a light green outline, but he wasn't like targeted.
Yeah.
Like he was, compared to the rest of them.
For Oh Il-nam, who just enters the van of his own volition. Also, in his conversation with Song Gi-hun, Oh Il-nam basically convinces him to rejoin the game and goes through his reasoning for why he wants to keep on playing. We really should have seen it coming. The knowledge of what the next game will entail is constantly sought after throughout the show, and players like the Doctor, who obtain information on the next game by providing favors, are eliminated due to it not being fair to the other players. However, every player had the opportunity to learn what game would be next if they paid close enough attention. That's because, on the walls of the dormitory where the players sleep, you can see murals of children playing different games, all of which are played at some point in the show. If you look closely,
you know what? I
can
was
see an
thinking
illustration
this.
for red
I
light.
was actually thinking this because do you know when like now when there's barely anyone in the show, like when there was barely anybody left?
Yeah, when there was like barely any beds.
Yeah. I actually looked and I thought, I'm sure these are the games they have played, especially with that one with the umbrella and that.
Yeah.
That's the honeycomb one.
Yeah.
And I thought that, but I thought... But the thing is, you wouldn't actually think that, but I'm sure that they hid stuff in their food. Every single person, every single time they hid something in their food. Because,
For what?
for the next game.
No, that was for the doctor because he was doing favours.
So it was just for the doctor?
Yeah, because they were...
Yeah,
they
but
were
the
given,
girl had something
That's why
once,
that's why
didn't she?
I don't think so, no. That's why the doctor and all those
Yeah, I know, yeah.
employees or the shaped
So that's
people,
all around
that's
them.
why they all got eliminated. Yeah, it's literally all around them, but it's covered by the beds and the frames, so you don't actually see it.
No, it's
Well,
not.
it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes really good sense.
Because look, there's even the Squid Game one just here at the back,
Yeah.
and I can't remember what that one is.
That's red light, green light, isn't it?
No, it's not. Whatever one was before Squid Game.
To be honest, it's all a blur,
I
innit,
don't
really?
remember yet.
Played at some point in the show. If you look closely, you can see an illustration for red light, green light, tug of war, the glass bridge, and of course, the Squid Game
Oh,
itself.
that's what it is, the glass
Continuing
bridge.
on this foreboding train, a number of characters' deaths in the show are foreshadowed in their lives outside of the game after the vote is called to stop it. For instance, Kung Sebaok holds a knife to a man's throat and tells him she'll rip it open, which is similar to her death at the hands of scumbag Cho Sang-woo. Another resident scumbag, Jung Deok-soo's death is foreshadowed as he jumps off of a bridge after being trapped by some gangsters trying to kill him, just like the moment he falls to his death from the glass bridge in the game. Ali also steals money and leaves a man to die, just like Cho Sang-woo does to him in the game, while Cho Sang-woo lies in a bathtub in a drenched suit, foreshadowing his fight with Song Gi-hun in the rain wearing a drenched suit. Still with the foreshadowing, at the arcade, Song Gi-hun picks a certain prize to give to his daughter due to the way it looks. Ironically, the box just so happens to resemble the coffins the players are placed in when they're eliminated, while the box has a realistic-looking gun lighter inside, perhaps indicating the true violence of the games. Now this one's a bit contentious, but
I don't think that was a big... That wasn't a really big one. Oh, the box that it came wrapped in, or the box that her present came wrapped in, is similar to the coffin.
Well, it would be if it actually linked to it. So if they actually... that gun linked into something,
It's
do you
like
know what I mean?
when the police officer found that box that was all wrapped up, that was wrapped the same as the coffins. I'd be a bit more mind blown then,
Yeah.
but that one didn't seem like anything special, to be honest.
perhaps indicating the true violence of the games. Now this one's a bit contentious, but Song Gi-hun wins 4.5 million at the racetrack, and seeing as his number in the game is 456 and he wins 4.5 million and there are 6 zeros in a million, maybe that's also foreshadowing his number? Maybe? One of the most notable visuals in the show are the uniforms and masks the guards wear in the games. Seeing as the soldiers are basically indistinguishable wearing the same costumes, they're given different shapes on their masks so people can tell the difference, with the circle representing workers, the triangle representing soldiers, and the square representing managers. And I have to admit, it's a game show and these look like PlayStation symbols to me, so maybe there's that too. However, the shape of the mask and the different roles they have were based on ants and an ant colony, which fits with the animal mask theme seen throughout the show. Another notable visual is the colorful...
That one was a bit odd. And the animal mask bit, I never understood that. I didn't get that in the slightest. Like, what he just said made it make a bit more sense, but it still was a bit... The whole scene, the fact that you only saw one man's face as well was a bit...
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird scene.
Well, I mean, to be fairly honest, the whole series is a bit weird.
That was
But
just,
it is
that
very
was
good.
just-
But yeah, those bits made it that slightest bit weirder.
Yeah,
Had the old creepy vibe about it, didn't it?
understatement.
fits with the animal mask theme seen throughout the show. Another notable visual is the colorful and intricate staircase the players must ascend to get to the next game. Now, if those stairs seem familiar to you, there's a good reason
Harry
for
Potter.
that. That's because they were inspired by Escher's Relativity, which is a lithograph print by the Dutch artist MC Escher and depicts a world in which the normal laws of gravity do not apply. This is pretty fitting, seeing as the laws of the normal world and society do not apply in the world of the games, or hell as the players call it. Jung Ho-yeon stole many a person's heart with her performance as Kung Se-byok, with many fans falling in love with the character. What makes it even more impressive is that this is actually her first ever acting role. But Koreans will likely be very familiar with Jung Ho-yeon, as she is a well-known fashion model in the country and was a runner-up in the 4th contest of Korea's Next Top Model. Also, Lee Byung-hun, who plays the enigmatic frontman, is a well-established actor in Korea and has also appeared in a number of Hollywood movies such as The Magnificent Seven, G.I. Joe, and Terminator Genesis.
That one I recognize.
When it comes to the green jumpsuits the players wear, the show's creator, Hwang Dong-hyuk, was actually inspired by school uniforms and the outfits he used to wear as a kid. Initially, he was going to go all in on the school uniform aesthetic, but that would have included shorts, so instead opted to go with the green tracksuits, which were also picked so the red color of blood would pop on screen. The hot pink worn by the guards was picked as it's on the complete opposite side of the color wheel from the green, showcasing that the guards and players are on different teams and are opposites of one another. Now, while the Squid Game is unfortunately embroiled in plagiarism claims, with some stating it as a copy of the 2014 Japanese movie As God Wills, Hwang Dong-hyuk has claimed that his inspiration was manhwa, which are Korean comics that he used to read as a child.
I think you'd need
Before
to
it got the title The Squid Game, it actually went by another, admittedly much more boring name. In 2019, Netflix announced the show was to be called Round 6, which is in keeping with the 6 different games the contestants play, but this was eventually changed to the much more fun title, Squid Game. The Squid Game is
But what was your first thought? Because obviously at the start of the series, it explains to you what the Squid Game is. That it's a game that they used to play in their childhood.
Yeah.
But what was your first thought as to what it was going to be? Like what Squid Game is?
Well, they were going to play what? Before we even watched it.
Because when I noticed that it had some popularity, like it kept popping up on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that, before it got a huge following, because it got such a huge following in such a short time.
Yeah.
I was like, what's Squid Game? What does Squid Game mean? Because even when I went on Netflix and I saw the little preview, I was like, what's with the stairs? What's with the aesthetic? What's with the jumpsuits? And I never understood it. But then I didn't watch the trailer for it, so I didn't understand. Then I just said to you, didn't I? I said, let's watch it and see what all the hype's about.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it would be anything like it was.
No, me either.
And I thought, like, if you was eliminated, you weren't going to get shot.
No, I thought, if you're out, you just get taken out. Not
a kid's game when you're younger.
In a kid's game, not in the actual sense of taken out, like... Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think you and me was watching it. And
all that show missed was a drive-by. Do you know what I mean? Like a drive-by shooting.
I think all that... We was just sat there watching this, and I was just looking at you like, sorry? What just happened?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Angie didn't even watch episode... Because you was partly asleep when we watched episode 6, yeah. Because you were quite poorly. So I carried on watching it as any good husband would do.
Yeah. Bad points.
But yeah, she didn't actually see the part in the little town and all of that unfold. So we've got to rewatch it anyway.
Yeah, we need to rewatch it after.
Because then we'll see a lot of what we've noticed in this as well.
Yeah, 100%.
But then you can actually see the portrayal and the sadness in episode 6.
Visually stunning to the much more fun title, Squid Game. The Squid Game is visually stunning and very aesthetically appealing, with the big immersive sets where the games are played.
It was a really well shot series, because it could have been really poorly put together,
real, with very little
and it wouldn't have got anywhere near as much.
She is creepy, like, do you know when like it starts and it's like, when it starts and you see her, you're like,
well, oh, it's just for aesthetics. It's not going to do anything, and especially when its eyes are doing that.
Do you know, like when you think she stopped? Like what I thought in that game was when she's looking around like this, and she just stops, and then someone moves, and she goes bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
The thing I want to know is, hopefully it will tell us in this, is were the snipers automatic or were they all well-trained soldiers?
They're probably part of the soldiers, weren't they?
That was able to, like, who were really good at using a sniper, like trained as a sniper, because they were very accurate with the shooting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they could have easily just shot someone that didn't move that was near someone that did.
Yeah, definitely.
So
the way they have put it together was just.
And to think that it got rejected for so long, it's like.
And it's like the craze at the minute. Do you know what I mean? It's the craze. All I hear at work is like, watch Squid Game, we watch Squid Game, you've got to watch Squid Game, we watch this, watch that. Oh, you need to watch it so I can talk to you about it. Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I've never jumped on the hype wagon though, because I still haven't watched Game of Thrones. And neither of you actually.
No, your mum is nagging us to death about that.
Yeah, she nags me all the time to watch it.
But to be honest, no, until Walking Dead is done, we can't start something like that. Do you know what I mean? We don't have time.
Because you know that's got a start and an end. Whereas Walking Dead is still going.
Yeah, Walking Dead is still going, and what we have said to her every time about Game of Thrones is until Walking Dead is done, we're not doing it. But they've just cliffhanged us anyway, so.
Yeah.
Little VFX used in the show. And for instance,
I
the
quite
set
like
used
that
for
game.
Red Light, Green Light, including the
glass
robotic
one.
girl,
The bridge
were
one.
actually built for real.
Terrifying.
All of which allowed the
I mean,
actors
absolutely
to fully
terrifying,
immerse
but
in the scene.
I just
With
can't
the
believe that man
crazy
let
amount
them
of
all drive,
foreshadowing
them
and
all
intricate
go
storytelling.
across.
It's not
You know what I
surprising
mean?
to learn that the script has actually been in
Oh
development for
right,
some
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
In fact,
the guy that could actually determine what glass is what by looking at it.
But it was
But then that is the aim of the game, isn't it? And I'm surprised that after all of that, only one person actually survived. I thought it was going to be a few of them. But the fact that it only whittled down to one person.
No, it didn't, did it?
Yeah, of course it did. 4, 5, 6. Everyone else died.
Yeah.
See, she's watched it and she's already
No,
forgotten.
because I'm thinking the last game. Is that the last game? No, it isn't.
Squid Game was the last one that they played.
I'm not on about Squid Game. I'm on about the last game.
No, that wasn't the last one that they played. A few of them went through that.
You're saying the only.
No, I meant at the ending of the whole thing. I thought a few of them.
Oh, I thought you was on about I thought you was on about the glass one that only one person.
No, but
won.
the girl practically got killed from that glass game anyway.
Yeah.
She got impaled by a huge shard.
Yeah.
And by this point, if they're at the video and they've heard me say that, there's already been so many spoilers, so they already know that one of them won. So.
Script has actually been in development for some time. In fact, Hwang Dong-hyuk actually started the script all the way back in 2008, finishing the first draft in 2009, but still having to wait 10 years to successfully pitch it. Still, he had to wait to actually finish the series, with filming at one point postponed due to COVID. As we said, very little VFX.
They were still filming during COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's only recently been filmed then.
Well, yeah, because I don't think you film a set, do you? He probably had the script, and no one would.
Oh yeah, it said he wrote the script in 2000. He started writing it in 2008, finished it in 2009, and then 10 years later it went through the motions of being made.
I mean, I thought it was really good, but it did annoy me. Like, you know what I'm like? I get on people's sides, don't I? And I got on people's sides, and I wanted to go in there and stab people. Do you know what I mean? And
what, for portraying certain characters and doing certain things that they.
That guy's name, I hated him. The one that was with the girl in the toilet.
Yeah, I know what you mean. With
I
the
hated him.
tail.
Yeah, I absolutely hated him.
I think that's the whole purpose of his character.
Yeah, that is the whole purpose of his character. But I hated him, and as a woman, when he betrayed her, I wanted to stab him.
Yeah, you probably would have done exactly what she did. Just been like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, I think they portrayed the games very well, but there was times in it like I still want to know why the doctor was taking all this stuff out of the people.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing that I'm like.
No, I think it was because they were selling the organs on the black market, so they were selling them for money.
But...
Which even the oh, what's his name? The head, like the fellow in the black mask. He said, "I don't care. I couldn't care if you sold them for money." And then he just said it's disrespectful for them to be cheating. So then he killed them all, and then hung them up for everyone else to see, and said it's not fair for him to have an advantage and you to not.
Yeah.
Which I thought.
I mean, there's so many questions. I think you could ask questions all day about the game. It was put well together, and I think it was recorded so well together. Like the games themselves just shocked you every time, to be honest.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
And you and me'd be like, "What's next? What's the next game?"
I think that's the whole part of it, though. They've got to sit there and try and guess. But then now that you know that the clues are all around the room, you'd be bummed if you was the fella that won.
Yeah.
now knowing the fact that there was a clue all the way around the room as to what games you'd be playing.
Yeah.
Because the whole time they're in that, what do you want to call it? The bedroom or whatever.
Yeah.
And whenever they're in there, they're sat there trying to think, oh, what's the next game? What's the next game?
Thing is, if that was real life, the last thing you're going to look around. You're going to be thinking, next move, is someone trying to kill me? Who am I going to go up against? Who am I going to have? Who's going to be in my team? So the last thing you're actually thinking about is, oh, look at them photos on the walls. They're definitely going to be it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Successfully pitch it. Still, he had to wait to actually finish the series, with filming at one point postponed due to COVID. As we said, very little VFX were used in the show, and not only were the sets real, but the amount of contestants who played the game. For the red light, green light game, there are indeed 456 actors in the scene, instead of digitally inserting people into the scene in post. And finally, let's end on some goofs, shall we?
A what?
One of the best goofs in the show comes down to a typo, as when the frontman reviews the former glass factory workers file during the bridge game, the file reads that he had been working in the factory from 1897 to 2020, meaning that the character could be well into his hundreds. Another goof comes when Gi-hun enters the password for a credit card which he took from his mom secretly in the first episode, and enters 0426 as his birthday. Later on, we see his file in the frontman's room, and it says it's actually on Halloween. Whoops.
So how has that changed how the series was for you? Now that you know those 15 facts. Some of which I didn't think really.
Yeah, some of them
known.
like the box. I didn't think that was anything.
No.
But the old man, I'm like, let's watch the episode right now.
Yeah.
I want to watch it and point all of them out.
The fact that he was never targeted and all of that stuff, it's just something.
I think it's changed some bits, but some bits I'm just like, seriously, like he didn't get gassed. How did we not see him get gassed?
Hello.
And then you would think that every single person that gets in one of them cars would get gassed.
Yeah, you would just insinuate.
You just assume, wouldn't you?
That because he's got in it, even though it cut, he's still got gas.
I mean, I think some of them are really good. Like some of them things that I've missed, I'm like, I need to go and watch back.
Yeah, it's like almost blown your mind.
Yeah, some of them things I'm like, nah.
Yeah, some of them are a bit naff, and some of them are just like mind blowing.
It does make sense about the old guy though. Like I think the more you think about it now,
yeah,
it's like he knew everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He did know everything.
Like it's suggested that there was hints everywhere that it was him that run it all along, and no one ever realised.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that video. This was a video on Squid Game with the wife. This was 15 things you missed. Let us know in the comments how many things you missed. We missed basically all of them, but
Yeah.
some of them weren't very interesting, and some of them were.
I think I didn't miss. I think I didn't know any of them, to be honest.
Same.
No.
But yeah, if you want us to do more stuff together in the future, please let us know in the comments. There will be more stuff in the future. What it'll be on, we don't know. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll both see you all soon, and I'll see you even sooner. So yeah, bye.
Bye.